Right. Okay, should we start?
Let's do it.
Okay, I actually didn't mean to be behind here. I'll put that there. That's just for later when I need to use the computer. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is super exciting. I don't know if you guys are, if everyone is aware, but we're supposed to have a hurricane on Monday. So it's gonna be a fun first day of school. Stay tuned, just in case for some reason we have to cancel school, but hopefully we get to just have a crazy first day and a super memorable first day. That's a first. So I've never dealt with a hurricane. We did deal with a tornado. So we actually for a while there, we were doing tornado drills at our school because I don't know if you guys remember, probably like 7 years ago, there was a tornado just as we were releasing the students. And I was like, oh my goodness, what do we actually do if there's a tornado in San Diego? So we do have a plan for it now, but we don't practice those anymore. All right, so welcome. My name is Neil McCurdy, Dr. McCurdy to the students. And our goal today is to try to give you as much information about the first weeks of school as possible. And also to try to do this in a way that is not boring. Because we know that there's a lot of people who are going to be watching this either live or later on YouTube, who are returning students who already know everything. And I want to make sure that we up front talk about the things that are new. And then normally we start with introductions and all that kind of stuff, but we're actually going to postpone the introductions until the end of the presentation today. So that way we can, if anyone decides to tune out after 15 minutes, they're actually getting the most important information. All right, so something that's kind of cool about our school is that we have just been through 4 days of professional development with the staff. And I think in my estimation, this is the best professional development that I've ever seen happen with any school that I've been a part of. And I feel like the staff has really gelled. We've got some really good new energy. I don't know if people are aware that this is Miss Geis's first year as assistant principal. So she's been an incredible teacher at our school for 10 years. 10 years. Teacher of the year a few years back, charter school teacher of the year in San Diego County, which is pretty cool. And she is now the assistant principal. And so we've had a really good summer kind of planning things. And I think we put together a really good professional development that's going to solidify everything that we want to do with the school year. And we've got the staff all super excited and ready to go. So we've got a few there. Hopefully they'll smile and acknowledge this. But one of the things I think is kind of cool that came out of this. So we as a school, we value something that we call setup. And so setup is, it's what are called our slows. And so each of our students focuses on these 5 setup goals, which stand for social responsibility, effective leadership, tenacity and grit, uncertainty is opportunity, and passion, purpose, and performance. And so what we did as a staff is we actually came up with slows, things that we want our staff to focus on as well. And the staff are super excited. They're already thinking like, oh, we can have the students evaluate us on these things that we value. And so it turns out that the acronym that the staff came up with spells out the word legacy. So it's basically what legacy do they want to leave to the school and to the students. And then each of those words has a meaning. And I can tell you what the L is. Let's see how we do here. So the L was a lifelong learner. So that's pretty cool. The E was empathy.
Engage and
empathize. Engage and empathize. You know this?
Yes.
All right, this guy's actually going to lead that. She's actually going to lead into the next topic.
This was supposed to be Dr. McCurdy. It says 0 right there, and it doesn't have a G by it, but okay. So lifelong learner, engage and empathize. G is for growth mindset. Right. A is for adaptable. So us being adaptable and exemplifying that for students. C, collaborative and creative culture.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Y is for youth empowerment. So we came up with that as we were thinking of, how do we evaluate each other? And how do we as admin evaluate the staff? And so what's really important to us is that SET stays a different school, a unique experience for everyone, for parents, for students, and definitely for the staff as well. And so coming up with this acronym just really helps solidify like what our goals are, each and every single one of us as staff members, to make sure we're continuing to look at that as a benchmark for who we are, who we're becoming, and things to focus on in the classroom as well. So I'm moving into the next one.
You're moving right into number 1.
Cool. So we're gonna ask for your help with this first thing here. Okay, so I don't know, how easy was parking for you today? It was fine. It won't be like that when Monday comes around and the whole school's here, and especially for pickup. So we're gonna ask for your assistance for this. We really need your help, especially with the construction going on and the fact that Radies has now taken over these 2 or 3 buildings that are also on Arrow Court. So school gets out at 3:30, but we have to keep Arrow Court moving. Okay, it has to be moving. We cannot line up on Arrow Court. It just cannot happen. There's a French school that we get out at the same time as them. And this just happened when we had to change our start time. So then we moved our finish time as well. And now we get out at the same time as that school. And they really only have one way for them to get in. And when we line up on Arrow Court, it blocks them. And of course, as you can guess, they're not super happy about that. So if you can all help us out, we have a couple of suggestions that can alleviate some of that traffic for that pickup time. 1. Oh my gosh, she just got this.
It still works.
So 1, if it's not an emergency for you to have to pick up your kid at 3:30, wait till 3:45. Okay, that 15 minutes, honestly, that 15 minutes can make a huge difference in the amount of cars that you'll see and the traffic that you'll see. Also, there's a couple other options that we know other parents have used in the past. One of those options is across Arrow Drive, the 4-Point Sheraton. That's a real easy, like, in and out over there, and there's some parking there as well. We don't want to abuse that, of course, because we're not 4-Point Sheraton, but at the same time, it's a very easy, I don't know how many of you walk to school. I walked to school when I was in middle and high school, so walking that little bit ain't that big a deal, as I'm just saying. So that's an option. And then also, we've had students pick up their kids at the park. So on, what's that, Kearney Villa? There is a small parking lot there that we can have the students walk down to the park and over, and that alleviates some of it too. We just need to do as good of a job as we possibly can, not blocking, like not having cars on Arrow Court. So if you all can please help us with that, we would greatly appreciate it.
Beautiful. Oh, it's me. All right, so another kind of major thing that I want to make sure that all parents are aware of is schools are funded based off of attendance. And so we try to be as transparent as possible about this. This might now, maybe you're putting 2 and 2 together and understanding why it is that your elementary and middle schools made such a big deal about attendance. We try to be as kind as possible in terms of acknowledging that, especially we're still in a post-COVID world, people are sick. And we understand that, coming to school when you're sick is just going to make things worse for other people. And so we offer 10 virtual days for people to be absent and not come to school and get zero penalty for it. And we also have zero penalty for the school's budget when that happens. But what needs to happen is you guys need to actually report the absence in the right way so an independent study contract can get created. Anytime a kid's absent, they're doing the work anyway. If you're not doing the work, then you're not gonna be passing classes, right? So you still gotta do the work. So it makes sense that if we do this the right way, that we can actually also make sure that it's not impacting the school's budget. And so you're gonna see that there's gonna be a big push this year for us to try to make sure that we're getting close to 100% attendance. And I know
Hey everyone, Miss Lennon here. I think we lost Dr. McCurdy, I'm guessing. I don't think I'm the only one who can't hear him. So I'm contacting him right now to let him know. Just hang tight and we'll figure it out.
Thank you, Ms. Lennon.
Hey guys, there's no audio on the Zoom.
Yeah, Leo, sorry. I think that they lost Wi-Fi at the school probably. So I'm in contact with them right now and they are figuring it out. It looks like they're joining back now. So hopefully
Awesome.
we can hear them.
All right, good stuff. Thank you for letting me know.
all right, you guys can hear me?
Everyone give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
Clap twice.
awesome, beautiful. All right, so you guys got all of that, right? I was talking for an hour there. Okay, so you guys have one responsibility as parents, And that is to make sure that you click on a button that I'm going to show you in a second that says my student will be absent. And you specify how many days the student will be absent. And you can do that all the way up until like 8:30 a.m. And make sure that your students can still attend virtually in their first period class. And if your student is going to be absent again because they're still sick that night, then you can say, hey, my student will be absent again. And all of those days that the student is absent, those consecutive days will all get combined into an independent study contract. And the pain for you guys as parents, in addition to having to do that one small step, is that you also now are going to eventually get an e-sign document saying that you agree to the independent study. And the independent study contract is basically saying, yes, I agree that I will do the work that I was supposed to do. And so the students now, their responsibility is to attend class virtually. Sometimes you're so sick and you can't, and that's understandable, that's fine. And once you've attended class virtually, you do all the assignments that you would have done anyway in order to stay on top of the work in that class. Okay, and then once those things happen, the school still gets credit for that absence, even though you were not here on campus. It's all legal. You guys don't have to worry about that. So the pain of this process is that all these signatures are so important. So we cannot claim independent study if you don't request it beforehand. You can't request it after and say, oh, by the way, I did mean to do that. That's too late. We don't get credit for that because that's illegal for us to recover it after the fact. And also those signatures that get sent out have to be signed in a timely manner. So I think it's, I don't remember the exact, we send it out, I think we've got like 15 days or 10 days or something like that. And so we wait as long as possible to send it when all of the contract days are accumulated, and then you have a chance to sign it. So let me show you. So it's going to take me a second to do this because I want to make sure that I'm showing the people at home exactly what I'm showing you guys here. So I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to, I'm going to duplicate my screen. Okay, so now you guys can see who's online at home. And then I'm going to share my screen. I'll just share my entire screen. Okay, so hopefully those at home can now see my screen. We're going to jump into core competency. So this year I get to actually use a student because I can give permission for everyone to see my daughter's core competency page. I did hide her report card, so she can't yell at me. So this is your window into everything that your child does at our school. And so all of you guys should have already received an email allowing you to log in. I know that those emails have gone out because we have pictures for some of our incoming ninth graders, so that's cool. Please do that. It's really, really helpful when we're trying to learn names and to learn who the new incoming parents are. Really helpful for us to have pictures of the family together, and so we can put two and two together and like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's father or mother. So the things that you're going to care about here, most importantly, are the current grades. And so this, I'm not going to open this up because one of her current grades is actually in there. So normally you'll see the current grades. So that's important for you to see. And then the thing that I was just talking about right here under attendance, it says my student will be absent. So you click on that. It tells you the whole thing, gives you the sob story about how we lose $70 a day when you don't do this. Counts the number of virtual days that you have left, so it's easy for you to keep track of that. Warns you if you're overutilizing, because these are 10 days for the entire school year. So if you used all 10 in the first couple of weeks of school, now we're in trouble and you might run out later, right? And then the thing that I want to make really clear here is that virtual is automatically selected. If you don't want to use a virtual day and there's a reason for the student to be absent, like maybe you've gone to Europe or something like that, and you know that there's no way that they're going to be connecting in real time to the classes, you can unselect the virtual. You can still have the independent study. The student can still do all the work, but they're just not going to be actually participating in the class, and they're not going to see the lessons that are happening. Okay, so that's totally fine if you want to do it that way. but we recommend that you actually choose virtual because it's helpful for the student to still get the lessons when they're home. All right, our real goal is that kids are here on campus every day and that we're not utilizing virtual at all, but this is an option that is necessary in a post-COVID world and hopefully also makes it a little bit easier for you guys to be okay with missing school sometimes. All right, so one other thing that I want to draw your attention to while we're here is that there is now a way, so a lot of our parents wind up never actually connecting to core competency. And so if I log out of my screen here, on the main login window here, there's now have a one-time passcode, click here. And when you click here, you can type in a passcode that you can receive from the front office that will allow you to log in as the parent who you are. Okay, and then you'll be able to do all these things. So if there's ever a situation where you're like, you can't remember how to get in, you happen to be here talking to the front office, you can pull it up on your phone, go to the one-time passcode, type in the one-time passcode, an email will be sent to you later to help you so you can actually have a proper login. But for at least for that 24 hours, you'll be able to get into the system and be able to see everything that you want to see. Okay, so highly, highly recommend that you guys spend a lot of time in core competency. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I don't want to talk about that anymore now because we've got a whole bunch of families who have been students at our school for 1 to 3 years and they don't want to hear anything more about core because they already know how to use this. So, but I'll send out emails and if you have questions, please just let us know about that kind of stuff. All right, so that was, I think we might be on number 4 now. And you guys are going to remind me to unshare my screen in a second if it's time for me to do so. So 1, 2, oh no, so it's still me. So the next thing I want to show you is our website. So we're going to go to sethigh.org. Now that you guys are all parents, now all the marketing stuff is not interesting to you anymore. But what is interesting is the parent portal. So you're going to click on the parent portal. And in here, you'll see our school calendar, you'll see our bell schedule. What I need you guys to pay attention to right now is that we scroll down a little bit more to orientation documents. And it says orientation documents can be found here. And there are some documents that you need to sign. So everything that has the word sign in front of it. So you might want to sort by name. So these are all nicely sorted for you. All of these things need to be signed. There's a free and reduced lunch application in Spanish and there's one in English. So you only have to do one of those. You don't have to do both. And then all of the documents that this consolidated signature page refers to, those are all inside those orientation, that orientation folder as well. So in here, you'll find the student and parent handbook, technology usage guide. I think those are the main ones that you care about. Yeah, those are the main ones that you care about. Okay, any questions about that? So for those of you who are here, we have a whole bunch of them printed already, the signature pages, the big document, the student parent handbook is a 60, 80 page document. So we're not printing out a bunch of those. You can read those online. Any questions about that? All right, let me see what number 5 is. That's Ms. Geis. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here so that we can get back to you guys being able to see the lovely Ms. Geis. Stop share, there we go. All right, you got it?
Yes, so that same website, the core competency, that, please do get familiar with that. That is where there's so much great information. And it's definitely where you want to go look to see how your kid is doing in their classes. So core competency and Google Classroom are the 2 places that you can find grades. Core competency, you have direct access to through email and password. Google Classroom, you're gonna have to ask your kid to show you that. But both of those are updated. And so core competency gets updated every 24 hours. However, don't let your kid trick you. Okay. So if you go on core competency and you're like, you have a 32%. Oh no, it's not updated. Go, there's a button up there that says refresh. You press that refresh and it gives you the grade that they have right in the very moment. It said, I refreshed that and you still got a 32%, right? So don't let them fool you, that you can press the refresh and it'll give you in real time what their grade is, okay? So you have core competency and you have Google Classroom. Okay, those are two places you can always go to see how your kid is doing. All right, and if you have questions for specific teachers, you contact them, right? But go to your kid directly, right? And make sure that they're being honest about what they're saying about their grades, and you can always go to those two places to see the updated grade. 6, oh, that's me too.
Let me add one thing to that. I just realized we have a 6.5.
There's not an M. I'm just kidding.
So there's a 6.5 here. So something else that that is going to go live pretty soon is if you're a parent who perhaps does not stay on top of your kids' grades because you trust them and they've always done well. We are implementing a new system that will auto send emails when certain triggers happen. So if a grade drops by a letter grade, or if a student suddenly drops into a failing grade, then an email will come out from that teacher automatically. And so that'll help you maybe stay on top of these things a little bit as well. And so scheduled emails is a new feature that will be happening. It's only going to work if you guys don't report spam when these emails come in. So we're going to try really hard to not have these go too frequently. So we're trying to figure out what the right time frame is. Like, do we harass you every week? Do we harass you every 2 weeks? So but we'll figure that out. All right.
And with that being said, regarding grading, so each of our teachers here, Dr. McCurdy, this has been his philosophy from the beginning. He gives all of us autonomy in our classrooms. So what becomes really, really important there is every syllabus. So every teacher will give a syllabus. Okay, that might be something that gets printed out and sent home to you. It might be something online that you can access, but every teacher is going to take the time to really be as detailed as they can about what their expectations and standards are within their specific class. Different teachers may have different things, different ways that they grade, different policies within their class regarding different things. So it becomes really, really important for you and the students to make sure that you are reading through that syllabus. And if there are any questions or things that you don't understand, make sure, you're getting back to us on that. But we are going to use that as a guide so that we're being very clear about what our standards are, what our expectations are, and that helps us be accountable, it helps students be accountable, and it lets you know what each teacher is going to be expecting from all the kids in their class. Okay, so please, please, please take the time to actually read through that. I know probably my mom, she probably didn't read through. I was just like, Mom, can you sign this? And she signed it and kept moving. And if you do that, that's cool. Just know that we do take the time to update those each year. I know I added some things to mine this year after being here for 10 years. And I was like, I'm not specific enough in this category. Let me make sure I'm specific. So take the time to read those and know that we also want to teach the students that you got to adjust, right? Certain things might be a certain way in my class that's different than Mr. Montello or Ms. Kozik or Ms. Jeffries or Mr. Snow or Dr. McCurdy in his computer science class. So we want to teach them and help them navigate that it's going to be different, right? When they go out into the world, different bosses expect different things, different jobs expect different things. So we want to get them used to adapting to those different styles and standards. There are some things that are going to be universal throughout the school, right? Making sure we're not running through the halls, making sure, right? Those types of things. But in teachers' classrooms, we're given that autonomy.
Did we lose them again? Okay.
Sure
Yeah, I
did.
think So,
All right, everyone. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're gonna contact them and make sure we figure this out.
Ava, if you're apologizing, does that mean you did it?
Mhm.
You know what? I get blamed for a lot, so it's possible. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Don't-
you're the
don't
English
own that.
teacher. Tell us a story.
Since you're the English teacher, I got a question for you.
Oh, geez. Yeah. What's up? Let's
Mi-
let me hear
Miley's
it.
mom is wondering why they're not doing like 30-page reports and writing like novels at this point, going in, coming out of ninth, going into 10th.
Well, I can't speak to the English 9 and 10 teacher, but I teach English 11 and 12, and I can tell you that we have several novels that we read, and we have a large essay every week, and we do a big research paper in English 12 that the kids have a lot of fun with and are pulling their hair out with. So I can promise you that those things will be happening once they come to me
All right.
in 11 and 12.
Then I will let her mom know that she will get writer's cramp starting next year.
Anthony, you found it fun? I'm so glad. A lot of kids find it fun, actually, because they get to pick their research topic. So even though it's a lot of work and a lot of writing, they're usually very engaged with it because it's important to them. So I'm glad Anthony found it fun. See, some students like my class. I'm going to answer the questions in the chat out loud just in case. So for school supply list, teachers will usually put those in their syllabus. So if you want to know what they're needing, make sure that you talk to your student and ask to see the syllabus. But for the most part, a lot of teachers, a lot of us are all digital now. So it's really just bring your devices to class.
In science, especially physics and chemistry, we do prefer students use calculators rather than actual calculators rather than their cell phone calculators, especially scientific calculators.
So on that note, scientific calculator wise, is the 10BII that's on the phone, is that adequate?
Yeah, but what I find is that when we go to take tests, if students are just relying on their cell phone calculators, and then they're not allowed to use their cell phones during the test, they get bogged down on trying to figure out how to use an actual calculator. So I want them to get like more practice using like physical calculators. So when it comes to the time to take the test, they could kind of focus all their energy on the questions on the test rather than trying to figure out how to work the calculator.
Cool, makes sense. Thank you.
And also in math class, we don't use the cell phone calculators. I have scientific calculators in class and they can bring in graphing calculators, but no cell phone calculators.
Yeah, great point. Actually, I have a class of cell phone or it's not cell phone calculators, but scientific calculators as well.
Hey, Mr. Ash, I have a quick question. Is there any honors science? JP was asking me that earlier today.
Yeah, so there's no honors earth science. So like for my freshman earth science classes, there's no honors sections, but for chemistry and physics and now ecology as well, there are honors sections for all three of those physical science classes.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, and on the topic of honors, if you're in like chemistry, physics, or ecology courses, look for a survey that kind of ask if you're interested in doing honors or not, and I'll send the list by like the next week, then it will be official.
So are the classroom numbers on core competency? No, they're not. However, when students come in, the first day, they go in and they will talk to Dr. McCurdy and Ms. Geis, and we make sure that they know where they need to be. So you don't really need to worry about classroom numbers because we don't even have the numbers on our doors. We just have painted doors that are very special and different. So our classrooms are identified by our doors actually instead of numbers. And in terms of the Chromebook, students are provided with a Chromebook, and but they can also opt out of using a Chromebook if they want their own, to use their own laptop. I know some students are really big on Apple and they want their Macs. That's totally fine. They will be checked out the first day of school in the morning so that the students have access to them the rest of the day. We don't usually provide a case. I don't think so. So if you would like to use a case, you're more than welcome to get a case for it, but I would definitely wait until you see the size of the Chromebook so that you can get the right size and everything. They're honestly pretty hardy, so I don't think you need to worry about anything happening to it.
Clearly, you don't know my kid.
Yeah, so you know what, you guys, I'm gonna just, I don't want to waste time for us, and I know they're trying to figure it out on their end, and so hopefully they get in here, but just right now so that there's not dead silence, I think that the teachers can jump in and start introducing themselves quickly, and then once they come in, if we do it again at the end, y'all are free to go because you already heard it. So I'll start. I'm Miss Lennon, and I teach English 11 and 12. Been at the school for going on 7 years now, and I love it. So I'll pass it off now. I think we can go to Mr. Apolitegui alphabetically.
Yeah, and then just perfect because I'm the English 9 and 10 teacher. So, Mr. Hefner, I'm the guy who's going to be challenging your daughter when it comes to writing. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, I'm Travis Ash, or Mr. Ash for students. I am the physical science teacher, so I teach earth science, physics, and chemistry. This year I get to teach an elective ecology, which is actually kind of bears the boundary of like physical and life sciences. That'll be fun. And then sometimes I get to teach a class called Physics 2, which is just kind of a continuation of physics. And this is my 5th year at SET.
Hi, I'm Rachel Cutright. I'm teaching Algebra 1 and our 2 flex math classes this year. This is my first year here, and I'm just really excited to be joining the team and meeting all of your students this year.
Miss Castro or Diaz?
Oh, I don't know if Miss Castro. No, Miss Castro's next.
Hi. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I'm Amor Castro, and the students call me Miss Castro. And I'm the person who calls home in case there's any absences, or the one that reaches out searching for signatures. And I'm also in charge of lunch. So if you have any questions, I'm always in the front office and answering phones.
I think they're connecting back right now. But I'm Miss Diaz and I'm the art teacher.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Diaz. You guys did all your introductions? Got up to D?
Oh, yeah, that is, our staff is amazing. I think, oh, go ahead.
So how do you say that for them, like, to get out of the campus, they have to like do a scanning, can they go out for lunch, like, wanna know like.
So they're not granted that privilege until their senior year, and it has to be, there's paperwork involved, we have to get permission from parents for that to even happen. If they're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, they stuck. They are privileged to be able to just be on our campus. I will say at lunch and most likely for PE with Mr. Snow, the park that's right here. We do go down to the park. We do allow students to go down to the park for lunch, but they don't go by themselves. Usually it's Ms. Heath that goes down, but there will always be supervision for that. But regarding leaving campus and coming back, if you want to get in trouble.
Question?
I was just wondering, are they allowed to leave the campus or?
Kick them out. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Once they're dismissed after school, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think I said I was on a please
Yeah.
before we left, right?
Yeah, were we please?
I was pleasing. Duh. Where are we on? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So for incoming and our veteran families, we need to make sure we have on file proof of residency, birth certificate, and immunization records for everyone. So if you have not gotten those to Ms. Heath yet, please do that at like ASAP. Okay, we need that for everyone. Okay, so proof of residency, birth certificate, immunization records. Okay, to Ms. Heath, please, as soon as you possibly can.
All right, so now we're on to the first week plan. And those of you who are online, you didn't miss anything. There's a couple of questions, but I don't remember what they were.
So one of them was about start time and end time, 8:30 to 3:30. We do have, please make sure you look at the website, parent portal, the school calendar. There are some early release days. On those days, we get out at 1:25, I believe. And then on finals days, we're out at 12:30. And then there was some questions about how late we're here, so that students can be on campus if their parents work. So help desk, which is something the students will learn all about in the first week. We have a staff member who's here till at least 4:40 or till 4:45. Okay, help desk from 3:30 till 4:45. So there'll be a staff member on campus helping out students and be supervised here. So then,
All right,
those are the big things, I think.
beautiful. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again. And we're going to look at the schedule for the first days of school. So one thing that we try to do is make it as comfortable as possible, as little uncomfortable as what I was trying to say, as comfortable as possible for new students. Because we know that the worst thing in the world for a new student is to be sitting around and not having anything to do. So right off the bat at 8:30, we bring all of the new students into the den. And Ms. Geis and I think Ms. Kozik actually wanted to be part of it too. So we'll have staff here who will basically do an introduction for the new students and to kind of make them feel a little bit more at ease. And so while this is happening, all the returning students are basically going to be just mingling around the school, having their conversations about how their summers went and all that good stuff. And so the actual school day, I gotta be a little bit careful here because we want you here at 8:30, but the actual school day will start in earnest at 9:30. And so from 9:30 to 10:30, the students will be in advisory and we'll be issuing computers to all the new students during that time. And between 10:30 and 11:30, so we're the lions. And so when we have all the students down here in the den, we call it an all roar. We'll have an all roar from 10:30 to 11:30 to introduce basically all the teachers and everyone to the new students and to talk about kind of the ground rules for the school year and all the things that we're excited about. Then we're going to go into regular classes after lunch. And so they'll just get a short little, it's going to be kind of a half-day schedule going through all their classes, and they'll get released at 3:25, so 5 minutes early. Yay. On Tuesday, Tuesday is kind of the reverse. So they're going to go through all of their classes, short versions of their classes for the morning. And then in the afternoon, we go through rotations where basically we just introduce all the students and remind the students about some of the important things that happen at our school, talk about passion projects, talk about all the supports that we have, all that good stuff. So that happens on Tuesday. On Wednesday is going to be a normal flex day. So Wednesdays are a slightly different schedule for our students. They have flex time, which is the time when they can either be in advisory or working on passion projects or just kind of catching up on work. So however they want to spend that time, as long as it's productively, we're happy for the students to do pretty much anything. Productive was the operative word there, so let's make sure we remember that word. And then, so Renaissance testing. So in order to help us do proper math placement, we do a test called Renaissance, which just kind of helps give us a baseline for where the students are. And so that'll happen in both English and math classes on that Wednesday. On Thursday will be our first kind of normal school day, but it will be, it's actually a normal day completely. So it's not last year, this was an early release day, but this was a normal day. And then 9th grade that evening will be staying the night here at school, and we'll be doing the 9th grade retreat here at school. So every year there's 9th graders who are super nervous about this. Please don't be. I don't think there's a student in our school who doesn't have very fond memories of that 9th grade retreat. This is where you're going to make all your friends. This is where you're going to feel comfortable being part of the school. We do it here at school so the 9th graders can feel like they own the school for that. I want to say 24 hours, but we let them go at 12 the next day. So it's not quite 24 hours, but they get to really own the school. On Friday, since the 9th graders are owning the school, everyone else is leaving the school. And so we have various retreats. We don't have them all exactly figured out yet, but there's a couple of them up there that you can see that we've got beach day cleanup for 11th grade, Parkway Bowl for 12th grade, and 10th grade has not had a decision yet. We want to thank the SET PA for donating $3,000 per grade for these retreats, so we can actually do some really cool things. The kids are going to be dining well and having a grand old time with that $3,000 for each grade. So really happy and pleased to have the SET PA contribute there. Keep in mind that the first week of school, it's a little tough for us to kind of get things working. And so there's no lunch service going to be offered during that first week of school. So please plan to bring a bagged lunch on that day. Obviously, if we've got kids who are super hungry, we've got, we're very good at feeding kids here. So don't worry about that. Let me stop sharing my screen before I forget. And then retreats. Oh,
He totally stole my thunder. I was gonna give all the props to SET PA, but he already took that. The only thing I would add for the retreats, so please look out for a permission slip. Okay, one of the first couple of days of school, your kid is gonna receive a permission slip for one of the 4 retreats, depending on their grade. That permission slip is extremely important to us, especially the part, like I know for a freshman retreat, in terms of food, we provide food and we need to know allergies, stuff like that. It's really important. So please look out for those permission slips on the first couple of days of next week so that we can get all those back and know how many rides we need, know if anyone can help us with rides, all that kind of stuff. So look out for that the first couple of days. Yes, Kyle. We don't know quite yet. They're working on it. It's gonna be a surprise for you.
Reckon y'all get to talk.
Yes.
Two questions. The retreat is that an all night thing or?
For the freshmen, it is. So it starts at 5 PM on Thursday. So everybody's on campus on Thursday. And then at 5 o'clock is when the freshmen, and let me make this note. So if you're a parent of a ninth grader, they can stay here after school on Thursday till the retreat starts. You don't have to, if you don't want to see them and you drop them off that. Thursday morning. It's not, so, but you can, so for those of you, it's like, it's tough for you to get here or whatever. Just know they will stay the night on Thursday, so they're gonna need to have supplies. The list of what they are gonna need is gonna be on that permission slip that they're given either, early next week. Okay, and then they'll get picked up at 12 on Friday. Okay, 12 on Friday for that ninth grade retreat. Yes,
Is breakfast provided?
for the retreat.
Yeah, making pancakes.
Oh, during the regular school year.
So we have fruit, so we usually have a fruit bowl and things like that, just fruit. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I replace an extracurricular activity?
You're a freshman, are you a freshman?
Yes.
So your freshman year, you will be taking PE. You need a second year of PE that there are a variety of ways for you to be able to get those credits. So that can be playing a sport at our school. We have a STEPS program. There is an option. I don't know if you want.
Auction class? No.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, so we can talk to you specifically about that. But your freshman year, you will be in a PE class to get those credits taken care of. There are some other options for that second year that you need of PE.
Are we gonna need to sign school emails and logins for? Okay.
Yeah, you'll get those on, when your computer is issued, you'll also get a login.
Okay.
Yeah, you already have it, you just don't know it. So next up is Mr. Snow, who's athletic director, so wants to make a few sports announcements. He's the guy that's been spamming you guys the last.
Yeah, hopefully you guys haven't blocked me already, but thought it was very important to start very early this year. Volleyball is pretty much started right now and wanted to get a jump on that. We got started a few weeks earlier. With that being said, there might be a lot of freshman girls here that are still interested in playing JV volleyball. Please do. We would like to have some more girls on JV as well. So the athletic, we do need physical practicing. Our season, our actual games start really soon, but like our divisional games are starting in September, but those packets are back there. I sent out digital copies as well, but you can grab one on the way out. I passed some out earlier and then some other people came in. So yeah, send your girls out, message me if you have questions about that, but our practices and our games are over there at Innovations Academy. So we usually carpool over there. Can't walk there, but carpool over there for the practices from 4:30 to 5:30 or 5:30 to 6:30. Sometimes they're together. So we keep you guys posted on how those practices are working. So please, if your girls are interested in getting any kind of sport, it's a big part of our culture here. And we've had a lot of new girls start playing this year on JV and they're just already super excited about it. They're at a scrimmage right now, so. And then flag football. So starting this week coming up, Tuesday, Thursday, it's gonna start practicing. We're right there just on that field. Got a couple coaches that are gonna work with them. I don't have all the details yet on where the games are. They will be on Saturday. It will be a little bit of a drive. I believe they're gonna be in Alpine for a few weeks and then they're gonna switch to another field. But practices start next week. Got a lot of interest in it. I wasn't sure about that, but I'm getting a lot of emails and a lot of kids are very excited to play flag football. And then lastly, I would say just keep your eye out too. We're working on getting a sports gear store and also a swag store as well. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Any questions about sports? Yes, Kyle. Yeah, so being a small charter school, we don't have our own field, and they now have flag football for girls at a lot of schools, but But so like our conference started basically a flag football within our conference. So there'll be 8 teams. You're gonna be playing other high schools, other charter schools. So it's gonna be a great experience. Yes.
What are the sports options for fall?
For fall right now, we have flag football starting, we got volleyball and we got cross country.
Girls volleyball.
Girls volleyball, yes. Boys volleyball will be January, that's spring sport. Yes.
What are the times for practice on Monday, Thursday for flag football?
Right now, we have it at 4:30 to 5:30. So just real quick and hopefully. I guess the sun will start going down pretty quickly. So I definitely have to have it kind of early, but hopefully we should be able to start getting those practices done around that time, just pretty much right after school. So we'll keep you guys posted if we need to adjust that, but be 4:30.
Renovations Academy?
The flag football practices, so we use that field a lot right there. We're just gonna walk over and use that field. Cross country uses that field as well. So if your kid's interested in cross country, they practice over there. It's pretty empty this time of the season right now. So we'll make adjustments where we need to, but right now you walk right over there for flag football. Any other questions? I'm Robert .Snow at sethigh.org. If you have any other questions, email me. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Snow. Okay, so I don't know if we have anyone from the SET PA either here or on the call. I wanted to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves if they wanted to.
I saw Angela.
Angela, are you there?
Yeah,
Ms.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
Sorry to put you on the spot. You okay?
That's all right.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm a member at large, so I sit on the board, but I don't have an official position. I'm working on creating a website for the SET PA, so we'll have a central communication hub for parents to connect and get information, and I'll have more information out about that as soon as it is up and running. My husband, who is sitting next to me but not on the speaker, he's the vice president for the PA. His name is William. You guys are all welcome to reach out to me if you need anything.
So there's a meeting soon, right? Saturday?
Yes, Saturday morning at 10. And you can attend in person. It's in Scripps Ranch. The address was sent out earlier. I can read it off right now if everybody needs it, or you can also join on Zoom.
So I'll send an email with the address. The address wasn't included in the email that was sent to me, so I wasn't sure if you were keeping that private for some reason, so I didn't include it.
Oh,
so
no,
so
I'll
send
put it
out
in the chat.
Okay.
I'll put it in the meeting group chat right now. It's where we've been meeting all summer. So,
Okay.
all
Okay,
right,
good.
I'll put that in there right now.
And I'll include
Nice
that
to
in
meet
my-
everybody.
Thank you.
Of course.
So our SET PA is absolutely amazing. They raised a ton of money last year for the school. And we encourage everyone to be as involved as you feel like you want to be. But hopefully that's, we've post-COVID, we've really been putting a lot of emphasis on trying to rebuild the community here at SET. And the SET PA has been absolutely fantastic. All right, so I think we're ready for introductions. How far did you guys get as a staff?
Well, it doesn't matter. though,
Yeah, I
'cause They
guess-
didn't hear you here.
Yeah, we didn't hear it here.
Yeah.
So can you guys start again? We know the order? Mr. McKellar, introduce you. Okay, Mr. Apolitegi, you're first. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Hi, I am Alberto Apalategui. I am the English 9 and 10 teacher. I also teach graphic novels. And I'm excited. This is gonna be my 3rd year with SET.
Mr. Ash.
Mr. Ash.
All right, hello, I'm Mr. Ash Travis Ash. If you want to know my first name, I am the physical science teacher. I teach earth science, chemistry, and physics, and I'll be teaching an elective called ecology this year, so that's exciting. This is my 5th year at SET, by the way.
Ms. Castro.
Hello, I'm Ms. Castro, and I'm in charge of attendance. So sometimes when some students are absent, I'll call home and talk to parents And I'm also in charge of lunch. And I am always in the front office, answering phones and helping with whatever is needed.
Ms. Cozy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Kozik. I am one of the education specialists here on campus. I also co-teach 10th grade biology with Mr. Walsall, a support class, one of the government economics classes, and this first semester I'm teaching a wellness class as well.
Ms. Cutright.
Hi, I'm Rachel Cutright. I'm one of the math teachers here. I teach Algebra 1 and the 2 flex math classes for algebra and geometry. It's my first year here, so I'm really excited to have all the freshmen with me and be growing with them at the school together.
Ms. Diaz.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ms. Diaz. I'm the art teacher, and this is my second year at SET.
Ms. Erskine.
Hi, my name is Mary Erskine. This is my second year, so I'm excited to be back at SET, and I'm an education specialist, and I'll also be co-teaching English 11 and 12 with Mrs. Lennon, as well as supporting a global studies class with Ms. J.
Ms. Farias.
Hello, I'm Ms. Farias. I teach Spanish and I'm the ASB advisor. Looking forward to seeing everyone again and meeting the incoming freshmen.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that's me. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Nikki Geis, Miss Geis to the students. My first year as assistant principal, and I also still get to teach our freshmen their leadership course. Ms. Hines.
Hi, everybody. Ms. Hines, school counselor. There are a lot of students, I thought about over the summer who I miss, and I'm looking forward to meeting our incoming students. I'm sure it's going to be a great year.
Ms. Jeffries.
Hi, I'm Miss Jeffries. I am an academic coach. This is my second year with SET. I will be helping out in physics, support, chemistry, and earth science this year. So I'm super excited to be sharing classroom with Mr. Ash and in support with Kozik, Katov, and Ramirez.
Ms. Jokanovic.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Jokanovic, and most students call me Ms. J. I will be teaching this year world history, government economics, and global studies class, all the upcoming freshmen. I also am a coordinator for Section 504 plans. So if you need to talk to me, I will actually be reaching out to parents the second week of school. And I also help students with college applications. So if you have any college questions, feel free to contact me. And I look forward to my 11th year at SET.
Ms. Katov.
Hey everyone, I'm Zana Katov. I'm one of the education specialists there on campus. I'm co-teach all the Algebra 1 classes with Miss Cutright, and I will be teaching, be involved in support with Miss Jeffries, Miss Ramirez, and Miss Kozik, and I will also be teaching the Flex Geo and Stats class.
And she loves all of it.
He won't leave me alone. I'm sorry, I can't kick him out. I've tried.
Good. Miss Kirby.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Kirby. I'm the new education specialist at SET. This is actually my first year, so I'm super excited to get to know everyone. I'm also co-teaching with Miss J in world history and a few classes, English 9 and 10 with Mr. Apalategi.
Miss Lennon.
Hey everyone, Miss Lennon. I teach English 11 and 12 and some fun English electives like debunking Disney, Monsters in Lit, Gothic Lit, things like that. And it's my 7th year at SET. So excited to be back.
Miss Lopez.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Lopez. This is actually my first year here. I'm an academic coach, and I'm very excited to get to know all the students, and I'm going to be helping in biology, history, and Spanish.
Neil McCurdy.
Oh. So something you might not know about me is that I'm, in addition to being the principal, I also teach a computer science class. So some people might have me for fourth grade. Looking forward to teaching again this year.
Mr. Moncello.
All right, I'm Mr. Montello. This will be my 6th year here at SET. And I teach a robotics class, a green engineering class, and a aerospace engineering class. The first year they'll be teaching the aerospace engineering class. And I also do an after-school BattleBots program that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I'm super excited. Got like the coolest projects going on, so can't wait to have you guys.
Mr. Odegaard.
I am Ryan Odegaard, Mr. Odegaard. I teach math and engineering, and this year I'm going to be teaching a boxing class, which I'm excited about. And this is my 5th year at SET.
Mr. Patero.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mr. Patero. This is my 8th year at SET. I teach math, and also I get to teach my music production class again this fall. So I'm super stoked and ready to hear what you guys can create. So looking forward to Monday.
Ms. Ramirez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia Ramirez. This is my 2nd year at SET, and I will be supporting geometry, Mr. Odegaard, pre-calculus with Mr. Patero, and support with Ms. Kozik, Ms. Jeffries, and Ms. Katov, as well as Spanish 1 with Ms. Farias.
Mrs. Romero.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Romero, and this is my 8th year as the Director of Special Education and School Psychologist at SET, and I'm excited to see everybody on Monday.
Ms. Ryan.
Hey, everyone. I'm the academic coach. This is going to be my 5th year, and I will be supporting in Mr. Patero's Algebra 2 class, Mr. Odegaard's geometry class, and as well as U.S. History with Mr. Snow. And Flex Math as well with Ms. Cutright.
We met Mr. Snow, but go ahead. We don't know what other classes you're teaching, so.
So yeah, I'm Robert Snow, Mr. Snow, athletic director, basketball coach, teach US history, do electives like mythology and world religion, conspiracy theories, history through media. And yeah, this is my 2nd full year here at SET. It's amazing. I can't wait to get out there and play with the kids, man.
Mr. Walsall.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Walsall, and this is my 8th year here as the life sciences teacher.
That's it. Miss Eve.
I'm not even on this anymore. I can't get back on this.
Oh, come up here.
It's okay. You probably won't met me. I'm Steve. I'm in front office.
He actually runs the show.
She's the only one that's important, and she won't even explain. So I think what stood out to me, and maybe this hopefully stood out to all of you guys, it is pretty unheard of to have a staff that has been at a school for this long. So there's a lot of 6, 7, 8, Ms. J, 11 years. That's crazy. So that's I think a testament to the school. This is a really good place to work, which means it's a really good place to attend school. So I think we're all super excited to have another great year at SET. I think this is probably the most excited that I've been at the start of the school year. I think this is going to be a really, really good school year. So, and I don't say that every year. So that is actually honest.
In fact, you heard from peanut gallery over here.
Well, yeah, because yeah, exactly. For those of you at home, we've got a couple of graduated seniors who are heckling us.
They can't stay away after.
Yeah. Happy to answer questions if anyone has questions. If you guys want to start leaving and signing out, that's totally fine. Apologize for the technology problems that we had. Hopefully, all of that is out of our system now and we can be totally fine on Monday.
Anthony,
What did
Anthony Quinn raised his hand.
is that raising his hand or is he clapping?
Crazy.
There he is. No, he did raise his
Anthony, yeah, Mr. Quinn's got a question.
Mr. Quinn.
He's totally raising his hand.
Anthony, what's your question?
Oh, you don't clear.
So, I said this last year and the year before that year, and I'm pretty sure I said it the year before that year as well. However, I have yet to find a complete list of clubs and extracurricular school-related activities.
We will make sure that we get that for you, Mr. Quinn. So there are tons of clubs. They do change every year based off of the student interest. Super easy to start a club, and so that's one reason why it's hard for us to have a list on our website, because it is a constantly changing thing. And I keep promising him that I'll have something that's dynamic that we can update, but I've not done that. So thank you for calling me out, Anthony. All righty. Yes, sir.
So what is the process for like if the kids are cutting school or something like that? You guys send a text or do they go to?
There's nobody cutting school. What are you saying? So we take attendance in every class. So as soon as we know that the student is not in school, then that's when phone calls start going home. So what is your name, young man? No.
What?
I'm sure you're gonna want to be here every minute of every day, so there will be no cutting. No, but honestly, so cutting school used to be a thing like 5 years ago at the school, and it just doesn't happen anymore, so. Yeah. Yeah, so actually, the interesting thing is that the challenge that we have as a staff is actually keeping the kids in class, because usually they want to be here in the den hanging out. And so, but that's usually the extent of cutting that happens. Any final questions?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
For the after-school battle box class, is that only for specific grades or is?
No, that's all grades. So, yeah.
That's all freshman question.
Yes, sir.
Wait, who's in charge of the boxing class?
That's Mr. Odegaard. That class got filled immediately, so there's no space in it. But the nice thing is, so you're an incoming 9th grader and you don't have as much choice. But when you become a 12th grader and you get to choose classes first, then you're going to be super happy that we do it that way. Well, so I think it got down to maybe some 10th graders got in. I don't think any 10th graders actually got into that class. So it got filled up with the 12th and 11th graders. Yeah.
So I wanted to know about adding the aerospace and plan for the question period.
Yeah, so just send an email to Miss Heath or respond to that email. She's on that as well, the email that I sent out about it.
Does it make the matter of its grade level?
The grade level doesn't matter now. Yeah.
Somebody mentioned that is there possibly going to be like a carpool list or like a contact for carpool interest?
So let's see, the question about carpools.
The most effective way is if you're on social media, there's a set parent Facebook page. You'll know it's the right one because you have to answer like a little security question to be admitted. The question usually is, what is the mascot? Anyone know what it is? And so that's a great place to post. If you are not on social media, the best thing is probably to try and connect with the set PA for connection purposes, and they have like a whole school-wide list and they can connect you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there a lot of senior or juniors? Are there a lot of young drivers in here?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a follow-up question or is that?
Is there an issue with looting afterwards, after school?
No. Yeah, so the question was if we have drivers, so we don't charge for parking or anything like that, and so the students just park where the staff parks. We don't allow students to go down to their cars during lunch, so the car is basically, you park it and then you don't get to get back to it until after. Unless if they ask one of us, we'll walk down with them, she had her hand up first, and I'll get you.
Being that the aerospace class is an option, does that mean that even though classes have been chosen, it can be changed?
Yeah, so there's, it depends actually on the student, because if that fourth period class is opposite it wouldn't be a math class, but possibly an English class, then we wouldn't want to do the switch then. But
You can email me about that.
yeah, and there are so many opportunities to take our classes here. So the complete schedule will change in January. And so if you didn't get into the class that you want now, you'll probably get it in January. You had your hand up.
I was curious, I saw on the chat, someone said something about a parent coffee, and there was an announcement about the parent meeting, maybe on Saturday, but I missed. Like, will that be publicized?
So the details about the Zoom part of it was on an email. The coffee, I didn't have the details at the time, so I didn't put it in an email, but the next email that I send out will have all the details about it. And then you must have missed there was a conversation about the address.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel comfortable publishing the address because I wasn't sure if that was private, so, but I will publish the address for the PA meeting if you want to attend in person.
And would the coffee take place here at school or?
Yeah, I think they usually do it out front. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Talk about lunch under not the first week, but under normal circumstances, how that works.
Yeah, so thanks for asking that question. So this is a little bit of a delicate situation. So by law, we are required now as a public school to provide lunch for all students. And last year was the first year that was a requirement. And so we did put out an ask. Our lunch program, we don't actually subscribe to the school lunch program, and so we don't get reimbursed from the federal government for our lunches. And the reason is because the reimbursement amount is tiny, and the quality of the food that can actually pay for is pretty bad. And so what winds up happening is we are basically serving lunch, but the kids are just throwing it in the trash and nobody's actually eating it. And so a few years ago, we decided to say, hey, you know what, let's actually make the food palatable. And so the wonderful Ms. Castro goes shopping at Costco every week and buys food. Occasionally there's pizza. And so the food that we provide is actually really much better quality food than what you'd normally get with a school lunch program. The caveat, though, is that we don't get reimbursed for it. And so it's one of those things where we hope that this is basically utilized by the people who really need a school lunch, with the occasional, okay, it's a little difficult to make lunch today, and so we can use the school lunch. In order to participate in the school lunch, you do have to reserve the lunch before, so you can't just show up that day and say, hey, I want lunch. You need to reserve it because she needs to know how much food to actually purchase at Costco. So it is available. We're not gonna scold you for utilizing it. But it's just know that this is coming out of the regular school budget and that we're not actually getting reimbursed because we want to provide good food. So just keep that in mind.
And you reserve the lunches on core competency
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
What's the name of the lady that does the Costco shopping?
Ms. Castro. Yeah. Yeah, so when you call the school, she's usually the one who answers. Or Miss Heath, but usually it's Ms. Castro. Any other questions, final questions?
If anyone has questions after we dismiss everyone, we're happy to answer those for you.
Yeah, I'll stay until the last question gets answered.
I don't know if I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So drop off 8:15, you start going.
So the drop off is not usually a problem because we actually have a staggered start. When we moved into this building, we had to do a parking traffic study. And they thought that there was gonna be an issue if we had all the schools being dropped, or all the kids being dropped off at the same time. And so our 10th and our 11th and 12th graders usually don't have a night, what am I doing? I can't talk anymore. Our 11th and 12th graders don't normally have a first period class. And so, our drop off time winds up being staggered over like a 2-hour period. And so there's never an issue with drop off.
There's someone here that morning help desk, so that starts at 7:45. So there's someone here, you know, at that time.
Yeah, so we guarantee that there'll be somebody on campus from 7:45 until 4:45. Yeah, and there's, like Mr. Snow said, I think there's usually somebody here later, but we don't want to commit to that because we need to get home too. Yeah.
After orientation, can we walk around the school?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't turn on the AC upstairs, so it might be a little bit warm, but.
I have a general question. We started doing the volunteer hours, doing logging them, but for verification, do you need anything more than what you're doing before?
So that's a good question. I want to make sure that people at home heard that. So the question was about volunteer hours. So on core competency, there's a way for the students to report their own volunteer hours. And there is a verified thing. So eventually somebody needs to verify those. And so it's usually an advisor or the front office or me, somebody will get something that shows that, yes, this happened. And so, you know, if you're volunteering at Red Cross or something like that, they usually have something that proves. And so we just need to look at it and then we'll just click the button and say verified. Volunteer hours. So the requirement is 15 hours, which is almost nothing. So, but 15 hours for the entire 4 years. So that's almost nothing. And we honor students with a red cord if they get 150 hours at graduation, and they get 2 red cords if they get 300 hours. And every year we've got quite a number of students who get that. So we do encourage volunteerism, and I think this year, one of Ms. Geis's pet projects is going to be a volunteer day. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, we want the community to know who we are, and we want to expose the students to the community, and you know, we think that's important. So.
All right, so I'm going to close this. We're not going anywhere, so feel free to continue to ask questions.
Answer in the chat.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in chat. So this will get posted. If one of your friends didn't see it, this will get posted tomorrow probably on our YouTube channel, and we'll send out an email with any mistakes that I might have made today, correcting them, and then also with the address for the set PA meeting and the information about the breakfast. So that will definitely be in the emails. All right, thank you, everyone.
Hey, guys.